Hey there. A while back, I was hanging out with a neighbor, and he asked me if God invented farts. He hoped that since I'm a pastor, I might be able to answer that question. Now, I should mention, this neighbor is a 9-year-old boy, and at the time, we were with his parents and his grandparents. Well, I take even the funniest questions about God very seriously, and so I thought about it. And I thought about how the Bible teaches that God is the creator of everything. Now, that would include our digestive system. And so, yes, God invented farts. Well, then my friend asked me, does God ever fart? And I'll get to that answer soon. But first, I want to say we can actually learn a lot about God and about ourselves by studying farts. Now, some people watching this might be offended by that or feel like I'm being sacrilegious, and I don't mean to be. Not at all. But on the other hand, in case somebody wants to use this against me later, I'm going to make it easier for you. I'm adding a helpful counter at the bottom corner of the screen, which will keep a running tally of all the times I say the word fart. Here we go. Farts are a lot like the world. They're both designed by God for a good purpose. The Bible teaches the universe was created by God, the God who exists outside of time and space. And God said it was all good. That's why life has so much beauty in it. That's why there's so much love and joy in this world. But, like farts, it doesn't take long to smell something's wrong with this world. In the case of farts, they can be gross. They can also be pretty embarrassing. Like, if I think I'm alone in a room and I've got a minute to let one go, and then the next second my wife walks in and smells it, I'm so embarrassed and she's disgusted by it. Farts can be bad, even though they're designed by God to keep us healthy. In the case of the world, things can be a lot worse. The Bible teaches God's creation, which was led by us people, it rebelled against him. The Bible calls it sin. After God's creation turned on him, we were broken and separated from a relationship with our Creator. We chose to walk away from God, and the consequence of doing that is now we are away from God until something's done about it. That's why there's all the bad stuff. It's why we hurt ourselves with bad decisions. It's why we hurt each other for selfish and careless reasons. It's also why everything started to break down. It's why we have disasters and diseases. My 9-year-old friend, he's wrestling with DIPG. That's a rare form of childhood cancer. That's about as bad as it gets. But did you know one of his doctors noticed that he was too filled with gas at one point, and so the doctor prescribed him to burp and fart as much as he could. As my friend was telling me this story, I just laughed and laughed at it. You see, farts, they can be bad, but they're also designed to be good. And truthfully, who doesn't think farts are funny? Anytime I laugh at a fart, it's a good reminder that God can give us joy in any situation. My friend's story is a great example of how we can have joy even in a tough situation. Even as he and his family are battling this cancer, my friend has inspired so many people. His family has shared with me and with many others time and again how they've learned to cherish every single day like never before. And his family, they've also told me how many people all around them and even from far away have poured out love on them. These are all good things. We still hate DIPG, and I pray for its complete defeat. And yet, we see goodness and joy even through this terrible time. And we hope for even more joy and goodness and healing to come. Now, back to farts. Did God ever fart? Well, since God exists outside of time and space, he doesn't have a physical body. The Bible says he's spirit. So, no butt and no farts. Sorry. But there is good news if you're really hoping the answer to that was yes. And it's even better news for a messed up world. You see, the Bible teaches God did enter our time and space in the person of Jesus Christ. God became a human being. And while Jesus, as the Bible teaches, is 100% God, he's also 100% human. That means he has a butt and he farted. And so yes, I guess God has farted. While Jesus was on the earth, he showed us what God was really like. Gracious and truthful, loving all people, reaching out to all people. And then Jesus died on the cross. On that cross, Jesus took the separation from God the Father in our place. Remember, we were separated from him by our sin. And then Jesus arose from the dead. When Jesus did this, he proved he was who he claimed to be, God himself. And his resurrection proved that he did what he said he would do, beat death for all who trust in him. So now Jesus invites everyone back into a relationship with God. It's his gift to us. If we want that gift, he tells us to trust in him as the one who rescues us from our sin and as God. That means he's the boss of me. I did this as a senior in high school, and I have loved having a relationship with God ever since. The world still has a ton of bad in it, but I know the creator of the universe is with me to help me through it and to be with me now and forever into eternity. This relationship with God, it helps me to have real joy and real hope, not just wishful thinking in even the worst situations. Even if I die, I have the hope that I will live forever with God in heaven. And so, like laughing at a fart, I can find joy in my relationship with God even in the hardest times. And so I invite anyone watching this video to do the same as me. Turn your life over to Jesus as your God. He made us, he loves us, he knows how we work best, and he can give real hope and joy through anything. Talk to him in prayer today, call out to him, say you want to have a relationship with him. And then when you go through hard times in life, pray to him then, call out to him, say I need you to help me get through this. And read the life of Jesus recorded in the Gospels to get to know him better and better. Now, if you didn't like all the uses of the word fart in this video, maybe you relate more to the plaque that's in my senior pastor's office. It reads, "Poop jokes are not my favorite, but they are a solid number 2.